Hi everyone, welcome to Chandan Logics. How are you all doing? This is Narsimha Kyasaram and I am going to start today with the Indian economy. So hope you all are doing good. A very warm welcome. So in this session, we'll be dealing with different topics of Indian economy, and each and every question is going to give you a lot of insights into the subjects. Okay, so a warm welcome, and any doubts you have in between the session, you may ping so that I can answer your questions also immediately. So welcome to the session. Before we get into the discussion, few important things. We've got RRB Group D examination, and for this we've got 32,043 plus vacancies. And there is a 3 months and 6 months duration course available for this. You may make use of this. And RRB NTPC 2025, there is a special batch available, and it is for CBT1, CBT2 both combined. It is also 3 and 6 months duration course available. And then RRB ALP 2025, we have got a CBT1, CBT2 special batch course for 9,900 plus vacancies, 6 and 12 months duration. Yes, here we go. Very, very good evening. Lavanya, Anjali, Mims, very good evening, Amma. So here the first question is here. The second 5-year plan that called for the establishment of socialist pattern of society was commonly referred to as Harad-Domar Plan, Mahalanobis Plan, Nehru Plan, People's Plan. So here the question is asking regarding something called socialist model of planning. Okay. Now, if you look into the history of Indian planning, where different types of ideas and different types of plans proposed throughout our 5-year plans. Now, among all different plans, there is one plan. That tried to implement socialist pattern. Okay. So, what is that plan called as? So, and it is saying that it is basically a second 5-year plan. And what is the plan called as? Is it Harad-Domar Plan or Mahalanobis Plan, or it's Nehru Plan or People's Plan? You may answer this question. Okay, I got the first answer here from Kashmora. Says B, Mahalanobis Plan. Okay. The right answer here is nothing but Mahalanobis Plan is the right answer. So, Mahalanobis Plan is the right answer here. Okay. So, option B is the right answer here. Right, what is this basically? So, you know that there is one person called as a PC Mahalanobis. So, when you speak about PC Mahalanobis, he is a very special person and he is called as the father of Indian statistics. He is referred as the father of Indian statistics, PC Mahalanobis. And is very instrumental in coming up with something called as a second 5-year plan. Okay, the second 5-year plan was proposed by PC Mahalanobis, and he is a very good friend of Jawaharlal Nehru, and his plan was taken into consideration and it is implemented as a second 5-year plan. If you look into this second 5-year plan has given more importance to the public sector undertaking companies. It has given more importance to the public sector undertaking companies along with the private sector. Okay, and it is one plan which has given more importance for industrialization. It has given more importance for what? Industrialization. So, the second 5-year plan has given more importance to the public sector undertaking companies. It has given more importance for industrialization. Right. So, that's how this plan has implemented the socialist model. If you are strengthening the public sector, means what? You are strengthening the public wealth. So, you are trying to give more importance for equal distribution of the wealth. Now, if you are encouraging the private sector, then that is something against the socialist pattern of the economy. So, that is the reason the right answer here is nothing but Mahalanobis Plan is the right answer. Now, when you speak about Harad-Domar Plan is referred for this first 5-year plan. So, the first 5-year plan is nothing but it's a Harad-Domar Plan. Okay. And when you come for something called as a People's Plan is the plan which is proposed by M. N. Roy. Who is that? M. N. Roy. M. N. Roy has proposed People's Plan in the year 1945. M. N. Roy is the one who is called as the father of Indian Socialist Party or Socialist Party of India, or you can say Communist Party of India. And M. N. Roy is also very famous because he is the one who has given the idea of establishment of the Constituent Assembly. So, the idea of the Constituent Assembly was also proposed by M. N. Roy, and his plan is called as what? It's called as the People's Plan. Okay, very, very important. And when you're speaking about the 5-year plans, few important things that you should always know. What is the things? The first and the foremost is in the year 1934. In the year 1934, Moksha Gundam Vishveshwaraya. Moksha Gundam Vishveshwaraya has come with, for the first time with the concept of planning for India. That is the reason he is called as the father of Indian planning. And this Moksha Gundam Vishveshwaraya, he has given something called as a Planned Economy for India, a document. Planned Economy for India. And this document called Planned Economy for India, okay, is the first idea for planning in India. So he is called as the father of Indian planning. At the same time, if we see that second step is 1938. In 1938, Subhash Chandra Bose has set up something called as a National Planning Committee. He has set up a National Planning Committee. And that is how he also contributed for planning in India. And at the same time, if we see that in the year 1944, we have got a person called Sriman Narayan Agarwal. This Sriman Narayan Agarwal, he has proposed something called as a Gandhian plan. He has given which plan? Gandhian plan. Okay. And in the same year, 1944, industrialist from Bombay has given something called as a Bombay Plan. And the fifth step is 1945. As I discussed just now, M.N. Roy. M.N. Roy has proposed something called as a People's Plan. And next, in the year 1950, we have got Jayaprakash Narayan. Jayaprakash Narayan has given something called as a Sarvodaya Plan. So these are the different personalities who have contributed for planning in India. So 1934, Moksha Vishveshwaraya, Planned Economy for India. 1938, Subhash Chandra Bose, National Planning Committee. 1944, Sriman Narayan Agarwal, Gandhian Plan. 1944, Bombay Plan for industry by industrialists in Bombay. 1945, M.N. Roy has proposed People's Plan. 1950, Jayaprakash Narayan has proposed Sarvodaya Plan. These are the people who contribute for planning in India. Right? So very, very important things. Yes, very good, Kashmar. Very good, Kranti Kumar. Next one. Try to answer this question. The consumption of the fixed capital is also known as. Consumption of fixed capital is also known as depreciation, net investment, appreciation, gross investment. So here the question is, what is the alternate word that can be used for a term called as a consumption of the fixed capital? What is that alternate word that can be used? So that's the question here. Guys, quick. And I want every one of you in the live session to answer the questions. Only when you answer, you get connected to the session. When you get connected, it makes a sense for you. It also helps you remember that for a long period of time. So you should establish the connectivity with the session. So try to answer each and every question. It is the right answer or wrong answer doesn't matter. Whether you are answering or not, that actually matters. Okay? Yes, guys. So what's the answer for this question? The consumption of the fixed capital is also known as depreciation, net investment, appreciation, gross investment. Right? Okay. The right answer here is, anyone? Any guess? The right answer is nothing but depreciation. What is it called as? A depreciation. So what is the specialty of depreciation? Whenever you have some value in terms of the gross, okay, and you wanted to find something called as a net value. When you wanted to find a net value from gross value, you need to remove depreciation. When you remove depreciation from the gross value, what you get is nothing but a net value. So the net value is nothing but gross value minus depreciation. Okay, this is a very important. Why? Because year after year, the machinery will be losing its value. Though machinery is producing some goods and services, which is adding to the economy, because of it himself losing some value, it is causing some decrease in the GDP. So there, this concept comes into picture. So depreciation is also called as a consumption of the fixed capital. Depreciation is also called as a wear and tear. Depreciation is also called as a loss in the value of the machinery. So all these words are the synonyms for depreciation. So whenever you use the word depreciation, you can consider it as the consumption of the capital. You can consider it as a loss in the value of the machinery. You can also consider it as a wear and tear in the machinery. So all these refer to something called as a depreciation. Clear? Yes, guys, clear? Superb. Okay, so the right answer is option A is the right answer here. Okay, nice, excellent. Next one, see here. How many types of revenue receipts exist in the economy? How many types of revenue receipts exist? Types I'm asking. I'm not asking how many revenue receipts, but I'm asking how many types of revenue receipts exist in the economy. 2, 4, 5, 3. So the question is very clear. How many types of revenue receipts exist in the economy? So this is some question related to the budget part. It is related to budget. So try to answer this question. Yes. So I am getting answer here from memes. Answer is B, 4. Okay. What about others? Kranti Kumar Patel, is it for the last question or this question? Come on, guys. Okay. The right answer here is 2 types of receipts. Okay. How do you understand this concept? Very simple. So let's take something called as a budget. Now when you take budget, budget has 2 types of accounts. Okay. One is called as a revenue account and other one is called as a capital account. One is called as a revenue account and other one is called as a capital account. Now, whatever the money that comes into the revenue account, they are called as a revenue receipts. They are called as revenue receipts. Whatever the money that goes out from the revenue account is called revenue expenditure. What is it called as a revenue expenditure? Okay. Whatever the money that comes into the capital account, it is called as a capital receipts. Whatever the money that goes from the capital account is called as a capital expenditure. Capital expenditure. Okay. So see here very carefully, very carefully you have to observe here. We have got revenue account, we have got capital account. When you come to revenue account, we have got revenue receipts and revenue expenditure. When you come to the capital account, you have got capital receipts and capital expenditure, right? Now if you look here, the revenue receipts again are of 2 types. One is called as the tax receipts. The other one is called as the non-tax receipts. Tax receipts and non-tax receipts. Okay. So how many types of revenue receipts are there? 2 types of revenue receipts. What are they? Either they can be the tax receipts or they can be non-tax receipts. So there are 2 types of the revenue receipts. Again, when you come to the capital receipts, again capital receipts also can be classified into 2 types. One is called as the debt capital receipts, other one is called as the non-debt capital receipts. Debt capital receipts and non-debt capital receipts. So again 2 types of capital receipts. So in the question it was asked how many types of revenue receipts exist in the economy. So what is the answer? 2 is the right answer. Clear? I hope it made sense, right? Anjali, Anju, very good evening. Yeah, clear? If it makes sense and if you understand the concept, put a thumbs up. So if you can ping thumbs up, then I understand that, okay? Next important question, this question is regarding something called as unemployment, okay? Now what is the question? Which of the following unemployment is the result of the depression in an economy? So they are asking that in the society we come across different scenarios. Sometimes the society would be performing to the greatest extent possible, to the topmost level possible. That's called as a boom. What is it called as a boom? Okay. Sometimes when the boom gets disturbed, it will result into something called as a recession. It will result into recession. Now, when recession becomes too much, it gets into something called as a depression. It gets into something called as a depression. And when you see that, the recovery from the depression is called recovery phase. If it becomes too much, I will get into boom. So this cycle is called as a business cycle. What is it called as a business cycle? Okay. Boom, recession, depression, recovery. Now, what is the question asked? In which of the following unemployment is a result of the depression in economy? Means simply they are saying that when boom turns into recession, recession becomes depression, what type of unemployment is created? That's the question asked. So I hope I made the question very clear for you. Okay. So when the society moves from boom to depression or recession to depression, what kind of unemployment is seen? Is it cyclical unemployment? Is it frictional unemployment? Is it seasonal unemployment? Is it structural unemployment? What is the answer for this question? Guys, okay, C is what? Seasonal employment, okay. What about matcha? Okay, fine. Memes, two frictional employment, okay. Come on, guys. Yes, matcha. You can answer your answer. You can give your answer. Okay. The right answer is cyclical unemployment. Why it is called as a cyclical unemployment? Just here, very, very important. Now, if this is a business cycle, when the society moves from boom to recession, there would be unemployment. Okay. From recession to depression, again there will be unemployment. Okay. Now, when it moves from depression to recovery, again there will be employment here. Again from recovery to again there will be employment. Yes or no? So there is unemployment, there is employment. Yes or no? So this is called as a cyclical unemployment. What is it called as a cyclical? So the employment and unemployment will happen in a cycle. So it's called as what? Cyclical unemployment. So the right answer is nothing but cyclical unemployment is the right answer. Then what is the meaning of the friction employment? The meaning of the friction employment is nothing but when a person shifts from one job to another job, okay, one job to first job to second job, some type of unemployment is created. That is called as what? Frictional unemployment. It's called as frictional employment. Then what is seasonal unemployment? Seasonal unemployment is an unemployment which is seen in particular seasons. When I say particular seasons, it can happen in agriculture where in harvest season and in cropping season or in sowing season there is a work. Sometimes in between there is no work. It's a seasonal unemployment. It is also seen in tourism where certain climates are not suitable for tourism. There will be unemployment, and other climates there will be employment. Right? So this one. Structural employment. When there is a change in the structure of the economy, unemployment happens. Okay. For example, when the technology improves, some people will get unemployed. So all these can be attributed for something called as a structural employment. Okay. But for this question, they are asking you that when the society or when the economy moves from or moves towards depression, what kind of unemployment happens? What is the answer? The answer is nothing but cyclical employment is the right answer. Am I clear? Yes, guys? Okay. Next one. See this very, very important. See in the previous, not previous, but in the first question's explanation, I willingly did not reveal one information because there was a question on this and this is a question. We'll see this. A plan for economic development in India is also known as. A plan of economic development in India is also known as Delhi Plan, Gujarat Plan, Surat Plan, Bombay Plan. So there is a document or there is a blueprint or there is a vision document called as Plan for Economic Development in India. And that document is referred as which plan? That document is referred as which plan? That document is referred as the Bombay Plan. What is it referred as? Bombay Plan. So just now I told you that in the year 1944, industrialists from Bombay has given something called as a Bombay Plan. What is it called as? Bombay Plan, right? Now this Bombay Plan, the document which they have given is called as a Plan for Economic Development in India. So the right answer is what? Bombay Plan is the right answer. Clear, guys? Yes. Next one. So bank SSC and RRB, there is a comprehensive course available, and for 6 and 12 months duration, this course are available both English and Telugu medium. It has got 850 plus hours of video lectures available in this. Okay. Next one. Consider the following statements. Indira Gandhi started regional rural bank scheme on October 2nd, 1975. This is one statement. The share of sponsored bank in RRBs is 15%. Okay. Only A, only B, both A and B, neither A nor B. So what is the question here? So they're telling you some important things. Indira Gandhi started regional rural bank scheme on October 2nd, 1975 is one thing. The second thing is that they're saying the share of RRB is 15%. Okay. Now when you look into this very carefully, okay, see here. So regional rural banks is a very, very important economic development in the country. So the purpose of the regional rural bank is to take the banking services to the remotest of the places, the two rural areas. Okay. Now the father of RRBs, who is called as the father of RRBs? Narasimhan is called as father of RRBs. Okay. Narasimhan is called as what? Father of RRBs. Father of RRBs. Okay. Now if you see that first RRB in the country was established in Moradabad, UP. Moradabad, UP. Okay. First RRB was established in Moradabad, UP. And remember that this RRB is called Prathama Gramina Bank. What is it called as? Prathama Gramina Bank. So it's the first RRB in the country. And this RRB came into existence, on October 2nd, 1975. When it came to existence, October 2nd, 1975, on account of the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. Right, this first important aspect. Second important aspect is that to establish these RRBs, some banks were asked to sponsor them. And that's how the first Prathama Gramina Bank was sponsored by a bank called as a Syndicate Bank. What is it called as? A Syndicate Bank. So Syndicate Bank is a sponsored bank for Prathama Gramina Bank. Now, when you take any RRB, 50% of the stake lies with the government of India, 35% of the stake lies with the sponsored banker, and 15% of the stakes lies with the state government. Okay. But here what is this saying? The sponsored bank share is 15%. No, the state government share is 15%. So first one is right, second one is wrong. So answer is what? Only A is the right answer. And recently there is a development that there is a concept of one state, one RRB. One state, one RRB. That is the reason 43 RRBs are now being consolidated into 28 RRBs. So now we are going to have only 28 RRBs in the country. So there is also one new development in the regional rural banks. Clear, guys? Yes. Superb. Yes, exactly. Consider the following with respect to KCC. Here KCC refers to Kisan Credit Card. Okay. In 1998 August, central government introduced Kisan Credit Card. In 1998 August, central government introduced Kisan Credit Card is the statement. Second statement, it is based on the R.V. Gupta committee recommendations. Okay. So they are asking you whether both the statements are right, only one is right, only two is right, or both are wrong. What is the answer for this question? Superb. Yes. Okay, only one. Okay, the right answer is nothing but both 1 and 2 are right. So both 1 and 2 is the right answer. Now when you come to Kisan Credit Card, this is one of the important initiative which is initiated by NABARD. Okay. NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, has initiated this concept called as Kisan Credit Card. Okay. Now through Kisan Credit Cards, the farmers can avail a loan. They can avail a loan and they are going to have something called as interest subvention. They are going to have interest subvention. Okay. They are going to get it a subsidized interest rate. And this scheme is also referred as a modified interest subvention scheme. What is that called as? A modified interest subvention scheme. Why it is called as modified interest subvention scheme? Because generally the rate of interest should be 9%. But under Kisan Credit Cards, they are going to get a subsidy of 2%. So the effective rate of interest comes to 7%. But if they pay that loan in time, they also can avail something called as a 2%. They can also avail something called as a 2% of, they can avail something called as 3% of rebate. So effectively they are going to pay only 4%. How much they are going to pay? Only 4%. So this is the benefit of taking a loan through Kisan credit cards. So you are just going to pay 0.25% interest rate, not even 1 rupee, 0.25%. Okay. So like this, 0.25 rupees, I can say like 25 paise interest rate on every 100 rupees. Okay. So like that, if you see that, this is going to be a very, very important program. And this was started by NABARD. And which committee has recommended? R.V. Gupta committee has recommended this Kisan credit card scheme. So here both the statements are right. Now this is a very, very important question because in the recent budget there is some updates. What is the update? Earlier the maximum loan that can be extended through Kisan credit card was only 3 lakhs. Now the loan has been extended from 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. So now what is the limit of Kisan credit card here? The limit of Kisan credit card is nothing but 5 lakhs. This is a very, very important update as per the recent budget. Am I clear? Yes. Yeah, NABARD came into existence in the year 1982, 18th of July, sorry, 12th of July. Okay. So that's a very, very important thing. Exactly. Same year on January 1st, Exim Bank also came into existence. That's also nice. Excellent, excellent comments. Clear, guys? Next one. Which of the following is true regarding the farmers in India? So the question is very clear. Medium farmers are those whose land holding size is up to 4 hectares. Large farmers are those whose land holding size is about 25 acres. What is the answer for this question? Very important question. Very, very, very important question. So they are saying that medium farmers are those whose land holding size is up to 4 hectares. And the large farmers are those whose land holding size is about 25 acres. What is the answer for this question? Guys, everyone in the session should try answering these questions because each and every one is a very, very important question for examinations. And the concept behind this each and every question is something that we have to get command over this. Okay? Guys, quick. I could see many of you live and I want every one of you to answer this question. Quick. Yes, first one I got from Mims Pilla. She says 1. Okay, only 1. Okay. What about others? So she has come with a motivation. She is encouraging everyone to take part. Yes. So others can counter her if you want. You can support her, whatever you want you can do. But you should do something here. Kashmir has come with option B, only 2. Okay. Both are contradicting to each other. So Mims Pilla is saying 1 and Kashmir is saying 2. So what about others? Who you think is right among these 2 people? Are both of them right? Cannot be. Okay. Are any one of them is right or both of them are wrong? This can happen. Either Mims can be right or either Kashmir can be right or both of them can be wrong. Okay. But both of them cannot be right. Yes or no? Yes, we have got some other participants here. Regadappa Ashwini says A, supporting Mims. And we have got Anjali Anju says 2, supporting Kashmira. Wow. So people are taking sides. Now it's going to become like a war. Okay. Excellent. The right answer here is, I'll tell you. First you see what is the difference. Okay. When you look into the types of farmers, you have got 5 types of farmers. Marginal farmers, small farmers, semi-medium farmers, medium farmers and large farmers. Okay. Now the classification can be either said in hectares or it can also be said in acres. For example, let us put hectares here. Okay. We'll put acres here. Okay. Now I'll give you translation. 1 hectare is equal to 2.471 acres. I consider it as 2.5 acres. Okay. Now marginal means less than 1 hectare. Okay. Small means 1 hectare to 2 hectares. Semi-medium 2 hectares to 4 hectares. Medium 4 hectares to 10 hectares. And large greater than 10 hectares. Okay. If I translate that into acres, with 1 hectare is equal to 2.5 acres, it is going to come less than 2.5 acres. It is going to come to 2.5 acres to 5 acres. It is going to come from 5 acres to 10 acres. It is going to come from 10 acres to 25 acres. It is going to come greater than 25 acres. Okay. Now, when you have this data with you, now it will be easy for you to answer this question, right? Now, what is the first statement? Medium farmers are those whose land holding size is up to 4 hectares. Over the mediums are here. They are up to 4 or above 4. They are definitely above 4. Okay. They are definitely above 4. So, first statement is wrong. First statement is wrong. Now, what is the second statement? Large farmers are those whose land holding size is about 25 acres. Now, come to large farmers, about 10 hectares or about 25 acres, right? So, 2 is right. So, answer is what? B only is the right answer. Clear? Nobody. But I appreciate your participation. That's a great. Memes. Superb. Because you initiated the discussion. So, you have that leadership qualities in you. Okay? Excellent. Excellent. Okay, good. Nice, excellent. Next question, let's see. Try, each and every question you should try. Okay. Which of the following statements are not true? Not true. See, when you listen to the question, be very careful. Not true. It says not true. Okay. Yes. National Statistics Day is celebrated in India every year on June 29th. PC Mahalanobis is the mathematical model for India's third 5-year plan. Okay. PC Mahalanobis plan. Okay. Is a mathematical model of India's third 5-year plan. So simply saying that PC Mahalanobis has given third 5-year plan. Okay. So 2 statements are given. Try to guess which is the right answer. Only one, only two, neither one nor two, both 1 and 2. Okay. So yes. Now, I don't want 2 or 3 people answering. I want all 10 of you to answer this question. Okay? Yes. What is the right answer for this question? So, it is saying that National Statistics Day is celebrated every year on June 29th. Second one is saying that PC Mahalanobis has proposed the third 5-year plan. What is the answer? Okay, guys. I am waiting for your answers. Okay? Come on, yes, I got answers. Bhuvan, new player has come here with option C, neither 1 nor 2. Wow. What about Kashmora and memes? Anju, what is your answer? Your answers are valuable. Memes says 2, only 2. Only 2 is wrong. Okay? Only 2 is wrong. Both of them are wrong. Bhuvan DDK is also going with again 2, option B, only 2 and 2 narrow, 2 keep come. For 2, there is a lot of support coming on. Okay. Kashmora, okay, you're commenting Kashmora, but what is your answer? Anju is also going with the 2. So, and everyone is now batting for 2 only, okay. Excellent, the right answer is only 2 is wrong. Because this is a right statement, this is a wrong statement, but I ask you for a wrong statement. So, option 2, only 2 is wrong. So, B is wrong. June 29th is the birthday of PC Mahalanobis, which is celebrated as National Statistics Day. Okay. So, now everyone who has given answer here is given right answer. See, try. When you try, you come with the right answers. Okay. So, what is more important is not whether you get right answer or wrong answer. Whether you are trying or not, that's more important. Okay. Excellent. Appreciated. Okay. Yes, the question was asked for a wrong answer. You gave the right answer. Okay. That's nice. Excellent. Sometimes, okay. Yes, but Anju, your answer also was right? What did you answer? You didn't answer, huh? Only memes has given. Okay. Yes. Next one here. The term chickens in equity market represents an investor who dash sells the shares, buys the shares of small companies, buys the shares of blue chip companies, invests without any knowledge. So, in stock market, there is a term called as a chickens. What is the term called as a chickens? Now the question asked here is, what does the term represents? What does it refer to? Does it refer to the person who sells the shares? Or does it refers to the persons who buys the shares of small companies? Or does it refers to a person who buys the shares of the blue chip companies, which are nothing but stable companies, big companies, stable companies? Or does it refers to the person who invests in the stock market without any knowledge? What is the right answer? Guys, quick. Yes. Come on, guys. You should rock this question. If you don't know the answer, don't worry. Give some answer. Let's understand the concept. Okay? Good. Superb. I'm waiting for your answers. The chart box should get rocked on. Okay, we have got here some leaders. Kashmora now leading the team with option D, invest without any knowledge. Okay. Also memes also coming with the option D only, investing without knowledge. Why is everyone behind the same one? Okay. D, fix karo sir antundi. Say memes will have, okay, very good. Anju also going with option 4, there is nothing but D. But Lavanya Venkatesh is coming with option B, shares of small companies. Okay. And yes, Ashwini is coming with option C. Though she is late in answering, she has come with the latest answer. Ashwini, you rocked the question. The right answer, option C is the right answer. Okay. But I appreciate every one of you for your participation. Okay. So, we have got different players in the stock market. We got different players in the stock market. Who are the different players? There is a player called as a bull. There is a player called as a bear. There is a player called as a chicken. There is a player called as a stag. There is a player called as a pig. Okay. Now, you are given multiple answers. Let us see your answer refers to which player here. Okay. This is very interesting, right? You gave some answer. Now, I am telling you what is your answer going to refer to. Okay. Now, people who buy the shares with a very, very optimistic mindset, anticipating that the stock market will boom. Okay. Such people are called as the bulls. Okay. So, they buy the shares. Okay. They are called as what? Bulls. Do you have answer here? No answer for bulls. Next one. Sells the share. There are some people who are very pessimistic in nature, who are in a negative nature. They feel that the stock market will crash. Let's be on a safer side. Let's just sell all the shares so that before the market crashes down. Now, what is happening is nothing but the market has become bearish because of Donald Trump's mania. Yes or no? So, now the stock market is bearish. People are selling the shares. Yes or no? That is called as a bear. So, option A is bear. Okay. Now, someone has come with option B also, buy shares of small companies. We don't have a specific word for that. Okay, but leave it. Buy shares of blue chip companies, they are nothing but chickens. They are nothing but chickens. Okay, they buy the shares of blue chip. Who are these chickens? Chickens are the people who are very much fearful about the market. They are very much fearful about the market, but still they wanted to invest in the stock market. When they invest in the stock market, all of a sudden the share value goes down. These people cannot tolerate. They will have high BP, high sugar patients. They cannot tolerate that market falling down. All of a sudden, if the share goes very high also, they cannot bear that happiness. They may die out of shock. Okay. So, any surprises they cannot take. So, they only wanted share to go slowly up. Okay. That is the reason, though they are fearful about the market, they wanted to invest in the stock market. So, what is the best choice for them? To invest in blue chip companies, very stable companies, which will not go ups and downs frequently. So, such companies are very stable. They invest in the blue chip companies and they will forget about the investment. They will look into investment on a long term basis because they cannot bear the shocks. Okay. Such people are called as what? Chickens. Then who are the stacks? Stacks are the people who are very much knowledgeable about the stock market and they invest in something called as IPO. I will not tell you the full form of IPO because I have a question on the full form. Okay, I will not tell you the full form of IPO. Okay. Now such people are smart people. They invest in IPOs. As soon as it is listed in the market, they will sell the shares after. Then they will get huge profits in a small, short span of time. Okay. Such people are called as what? Stacks. Now coming to the invest without any knowledge. Many of you gave this answer, and these people are called as the pigs. Pigs are the people don't know when to invest. They don't know when to sell the shares. They are completely investing in the stock market without any knowledge by following TVs, by following some tips and tricks. So such people are called as pigs. Got it? So these are the different players in the stock market. People who is very optimistic bull, who is very pessimistic bear. People who are very fearful about the market, chickens. People who are very smart, who will invest in IPOs and make quick profits, stacks. People who invest in the stock market without any knowledge, they are called as what? Pigs. Clear? Make sense? Wow. Yes, don't worry. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. Okay? Okay, some hero. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Clear, guys? Yes. Very good. So, Zero to Hero special batch course available. Arithmetic, reasoning, advanced maths. You may make use of this course for your enhancing your aptitude and reasoning. Okay. The word IPO in the stock market stands for. Very nice question. I didn't tell you, right? Yeah. This is the reason. So, yes. Every one of you, don't fear that you will fall down. Be ready to fall down as many times as you can, but finally to succeed. Okay? Now comes here. The word IPO in the stock market stands for what? International Processing Organization, Institutional Promotional Offer, Initial Public Offer, Initial Promotional Offer. What is the answer for this question? Very simple question that is asking you about the full form of IPO. Yes? Kisan, this is Chandan Logic's English channel, Kisan. Tomorrow we'll get into that other channel where we can talk in Telugu also. Don't worry, okay? Kisan. Use this opportunity to enhance your English also, Kisan. Okay? Take everything as an opportunity. Okay? Guys, yes, Lavanya has come with the first answer as option D, initial promotional offer. Okay. Now she is leading the team today for this question. And even Ashwini is also going with Lavanya, option D. What about others, guys? Rocking, participants are increasing. Now this is becoming more interesting. Kashmira is going with C, initial public offer, deviating from other answers. Mims is giving a diplomatic answer. Maybe A, maybe, may not be, don't know. Okay. Anju is also going with option 3, that is initial public offer. Okay. What about others? Okay, good, excellent. The right answer is option C, initial public offer is the right answer. Okay. See, I told you just now about someone called as stacks. I told you stacks are the people who invest in the stock market very intelligently. They will buy in IPO. IPO stands for initial public offer. What is the meaning of initial public offer? When a company enters in the stock market for the first time, it will sell its shares to the people, to the public for the first time. So that is called an initial public offer. So if I had to describe in a sentence, I can say that it is an event of issuing the shares to the public for the first time when a company enters into the stock market. So that's called as what? Initial public offer. So option C is a right answer. Okay, guys? Is that clear? Excellent. Okay? Superb. I like your attitudes. Okay? Guys, see this question. Given below which comes under the non-development expenditure. Defense expenditure, subsidies, interest payments, all of the above. Non-development expenditure. Yes. This question is easy, I can say. And whoever has joined the class, if you are benefiting from the questions, if you are benefiting from the sessions, do try to like the channel, okay? And also share this link with your friends and have more competitors for you here and enjoy the sessions, okay? Yes. Pratyu, what's the answer? Memes is coming with the answer is B, subsidies. Okay. What about others? What about others? See, it's a non-development expenditure. Non-development expenditure. So when I refer to a defense expenditure, I am speaking about general defense. General defense, okay? Like maintaining army canteens, okay? Giving salaries to the army personnel, all those things. Superb, excellent, excellent. Prathi, you are exactly right. All of the above is the right answer. All of them are the non-development expenditures. If you are constructing an airport, it is a development expenditure. If you are laying down the roads, it is a development expenditure. You are constructing a school, it is a development expenditure. But giving subsidies or making the interest payments or maintaining the army, so that is not a development expenditure. Okay, that is a necessary maintenance expenditure. That's the necessary maintenance, non-development expenditure. Okay, very good. So all of the above is the right answer. Excellent, Pratyu. Superb. Yes, memes, you are also right. As per the FRBM, Fiscal Responsibility Budget Management Act, the revenue deficit must be reduced by dash every year. So there is a act called FRBM Act. FRBM Act 2003. What is that? FRBM Act 2003. Now the question asked here is, FRBM Act 2003 says that the revenue deficit should be reduced every year by how much percentage is the question. Is it 0.3%, 0.4, 0.5, 0.7%? What's the answer? Guys, welcome Pratyu. Yes guys, I want you to answer this question. Very, 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 very important. So this is important for the financial discipline of the country, financial discipline of the state. If the states and centers' financial position should strengthen, this is one requirement, and this was recommended by a committee which is headed by N.K. Singh, Nanda Kishore Singh. Nanda Kishore Singh is the 15th Finance Commission Chairman. Nanda Kishore Singh, who is the 15th Finance Commission Chairman, has recommended this. According to him, the revenue deficit should be reduced by how much? That's the question. Okay. Okay, A or B? A or B? Okay. If not A or B, then what's the answer? Pratyu. Lavanya is going with A. Okay. Okay, I'll eliminate one. I'll eliminate one answer. Try to guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eliminated. So B is eliminated. A, C, D. What's the answer? A, C, D. What's the answer? Okay, eliminate one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eliminated 0.7 also. What's the answer? What is the answer for this question? Yes, you should give answer now. Okay. I'm going to eliminate. Right answer. 0305 is the right answer. Okay. So Nanda Kishore Singh has given a recommendation saying that the fiscal deficit of the country should reduced by 0.3% every year, and revenue deficit of the country should be reduced by 0.5% every year. Okay. So fiscal deficit should reduce by 0.3%, revenue deficit should reduce by 0.5% every year. Okay, these are very, 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 very important. Got it? Got it, guys? Okay. So remember these things. Remember these things. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. It's very interesting. Okay. Yes, this is one important thing. Very simple but very important. The disinvestment proceedings are done by DIPAM. What does D stands for? So there is a concept called disinvestment. What is the meaning of disinvestment? Disinvestment is nothing but the government is selling the stake of the public sector undertaking company. So the public sector undertaking company's shares will be sold by the government to the public, to the people or to the private people. Now that is done by an organization called as the DIPAM. Who is doing that? DIPAM. Now my question is, what does the D refers to in DIPAM? What does D refer to in DIPAM? That's the question. Guys, quick. Yes. You should rock your answer. Yes, that's the spirit, and that's the spirit. I appreciate your spirit. Okay, okay, C, D, C, okay, C, D. Disinvestment, debentures, department, development. Superb, excellent. Most of you come with the right answer. The right answer is nothing but department. So what does DIPAM stands for? Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. So this is nothing but DIPAM. So this is the body or this is the division which is responsible for disinvestments. Means what? It will take the responsibility of selling the government companies' stakes to the private people. So the public sector undertaking companies' share will be sold to the private people through an organization called as the DIPAM, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Okay, very, 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 very important. So superb, excellent, excellent. Yes. Which of the following equations are true? They are asking which of them is true. Fiscal deficit is equal to revenue deficit plus capital deficit. Okay. Fiscal deficit is equal to primary deficit plus interest payments. Capital deficit is equal to capital expenditure minus non-debt capital receipts. D, all of the above. What's the answer? I want everyone who is in the live session to answer this question. Okay. Check yourself. When you are answering, how are you going to get this? Okay. Try to answer this. See whether you are going to have a right answer or wrong. If it is the right, very happy. Wrong, very, very happy. Because you are going to get to know something very new. That is going to enhance your knowledge. You are becoming more enlightened at the end of the day. Yes or no? That's more important. Okay? Okay, I got some answers. Yes, the answer that I got is D, B, A. Okay, 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 superb, superb, super, excellent. The right answer is all of them is the right answer. Each and every one is the right answer. Okay, how it is the right answer? Just see here. If you remember that, have you seen here? There is one diagram that I have written here. The answer gets to this one. What is that? Yeah, this one. Okay. So if you see that in this complete diagram, if you see that this is a revenue account, that is a capital account. Okay. Now revenue expenditure minus revenue receipts is called as the revenue deficit. Okay. Revenue expenditure minus revenue receipts is called as what? Revenue deficit. Okay. Now capital expenditure minus, don't consider this. Consider only this non-debt capital receipts. That is called as capital deficit. Capital deficit. Okay. So this statement is the right statement. Yes or no? Now see here. What is the total expenditure here? Total expenditure is nothing but revenue expenditure plus capital expenditure. Total expenditure. What are the total receipts? Total receipts are nothing but revenue receipts plus don't consider debt to capital receipts, because debt to capital receipts means borrowings. Okay, that is not the real receipt. What is the real receipt? Non-debt capital receipt. What is the non-debt capital receipt? Just now I told you about DIPAM, right? When DIPAM is selling the government stake, they are getting some money. That is the government money only. So that you have to consider. So revenue receipt plus non-debt capital receipts. Now I want the fiscal deficit. When I want the fiscal deficit, I can say that fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus total receipts. Total expenditure minus total receipts. But what is the total expenditure? RE plus CE. So I can write as RE plus CE minus RR plus NDCR. I can write it as RE minus RR plus CE minus NDCR. RE minus RR is equal to RD. CE minus NDCR is equal to CD. So simply I can say that FD is equal to RD plus CD. Okay. So this is there, this is also there. Okay. Both of them are featuring that. So both of them are right statement. What about the last statement? Yeah. See here. So fiscal deficit is equal to revenue deficit plus capital deficit. This is a right statement. Capital deficit is equal to capital expenditure plus non-debt. This is also right statement. What about the last one? See here. There is a concept called primary deficit. Primary deficit. It can be called as a PD. PD is equal to fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Fiscal deficit minus interest payment means what? Now, among the expenditure made by the government, there is one expenditure called as the interest payments. What is it called as? Interest payments. Okay. Whatever the loans that the government has taken, government is paying the interest on that loans. Okay. Now, when did the government take these loans? Government has taken these loans for the last few years. So it can be taken by the previous government also. Yes or no? Now, on that loans they are paying interest. Now, the question asked is, if at all there is no requirement of paying any interest, then what is the deficit? Then that is called as what? That is called as what? That is called as a primary deficit. So primary deficit is nothing but from the total deficit, remove the interest payments. If it is no interest payment, then remove that. When you remove, what you are going to get is nothing but primary deficit. So that's what it's saying. So primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit. When it comes here, it becomes minus. So when it goes here, it becomes plus. So simply I can write as FD is equal to PD minus interest payments becomes plus interest payments. So what did I get? I got this formula. Okay, so that's also right. So all of the boys are right answer. Clear, guys? Okay. So this is a very big concept. When I take a concept on budget, I'll explain it in detail. Okay. Clear? Welcome, welcome, Mims. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So SSC exam 25 special batch is available, 50 plus hours of video lectures with 3, 6 and 12 months duration. You may make use of this. And we also have got you can purchase any one course, any one subject. You can get it for 99 only, complete course. And yes, Bank SSC RRB, you got comprehensive batch course available, 850 plus hours of lectures available here. You make use of this. And RRB ALP batch is also available for CBT1. And Bank Mahapack for all banking related examinations. So all these are available here. Clear, guys? Yeah. So that's it for me from my end for today. Okay. Hope you all have enjoyed the session, right? So this is Narasimha Reddy Kasaram and signing off for today. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just done. Okay. It was a really great session with you all. And do share the link with your friends. Do like the video if you have benefited from this session. Okay. Wish you all good luck. Bye-bye. Take care. See you all. Thank you, Pratyu. Thank you.